anything that you can remember. I don't remember. I'll go first.
We had Christmas.
Am I in frame?
Yes, you're in.
I don't remember very much about Christmas as a kid. Now, I think part of that is because I didn't have siblings. And when you have siblings, you know, you remember your own stories, plus you remember theirs.
Right.
And also, nobody took pictures. There are no pictures of me on Christmas morning or with my toys or in my Christmas dress. So I think those things help you remember, and so I don't remember too much. So the two things that I remember is when I was about 6 years old, we lived in the Northeast, and we came for Christmas, and we stayed at Judy's house, and Tom and Tim were probably 4 and 5. And they couldn't read. They got up in the middle of the night and they opened all the Christmas presents, including mine. And I think I can remember that profound disappointment that all my presents were open. But I was a goody two-shoes, little quiet mouse of a kid, and so I don't think I didn't throw a fit or anything. I mean, I would never have done that. I was probably just crying inside that all my presents were open, those stupid boys.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one is that when I was a junior or senior in high school, Grammy gave me a stereo for Christmas. And I was so shocked because that would not have been her wheelhouse, knowing how to buy electronics. So somebody must have helped her pick it out. And I was telling Leslie earlier that I bought the Ray Conniff Christmas album and played it over and over and over and over. I know every word on that album. And when I'm old and I have dementia and I don't remember anything else, get that album, I'll be able to sing along. So those are my Christmas memories. I remember a few food things, but anyway. So how about you? What do you remember?
I remember the year that Rudolph came inside, the reindeer did, and left little snowy footprints on the fireplace.
Oh, really? That was on Goddard?
That was on Goddard. And go play. And there were half-eaten carrots. I remember that. I have no idea how old I was.
Look at you.
I was so creative.
Yeah, you were.
And there wasn't even Pinterest. I must have thought that up myself.
I had to wait till everyone left.
Yeah.
I can remember where my stocking hung on Goddard, like in the like mine was right here. Like there were 4, there were 2 on each end, and mine was on there. I don't know that. And then that music box sat underneath.
Yes.
I remember going to see the reindeer at Lake Forest.
Yeah.
And feeding them through the fence.
Yeah.
And getting a hot chocolate from
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yep, got hot chocolate, looking at Christmas lights.
I really enjoyed
And Leslie was in the back seat
enjoying
saying,
every minute
"This
of
is
it."
boring. This is boring."
Which is so funny because when we just went this past weekend, Reese was so excited, and she when we got there, the whole time she was excited, and when we got there, it was like you could see the Christmas magic. It was like, oh, this is what Mom wanted the whole time.
And you all had no Christmas magic. You still have food on your face.
You look fresh.
I'm trying to remember,
I remember.
Oh, I got one. What? Aunt Judy gave me that reindeer, its paws lit up and the nose lit up, and I used to try to hide under my blanket and play it like you couldn't hear it through the blanket down the stairs. So I have a distinct memory of being upstairs at Goddard in the bed under the blanket, and you yelling upstairs, "Turn that reindeer off!" So, because its nose flashed when you.
Yeah, she always thought it was so funny to give you all noise-making gifts.
So I remember that, and there was the reindeer. But I know I had maybe a bear or something that sang Christmas music, but the reindeer, would get that reindeer out because it went away with Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember being able to get it out of the trash bag in the crawl space upstairs.
It's not that same one that's up on the steps, is it?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen it.
Because that's the one I think that Jazzy hated. The one that's up there.
I'll have to look, but I don't think that's it.
Okay.
But I remember there was a trash bag full of Christmas stuffed animals.
Stuffed animals, yeah.
The reindeer was in there, and I remember getting to get it out.
Well, that's what made it special, was because it got put away and then
Right,
brought
right.
back out.
Surprised you didn't demolish it. Of course, I remember Christmas cookies and getting the lecture of more is not better, and having the cookies that had all the sprinkles all over them,
Well,
and making those at the table in Goddard. Like I'm same thing. I have no idea how old I was, but like I remember.
Do you remember making the potato print tissue paper, wrapping paper?
Yes,
I still have a little scrap of that.
Do you?
So I've got some
Yeah.
Christmas decorations wrapped.
I would have been little.
You don't remember that?
I would have been really little, wouldn't I? Like 5
Probably
or so?
early.
was I not as a baby?
Well, I think Leslie was born, but you would have been early or mid-grade school, I guess.
Okay.
That was the year, and I've still got the book upstairs that's 24 Advent crafts and the
Oh, I
children's
remember that book.
devotions, and I had this
Yeah.
idea I was going to do a craft every day. That did not happen.
I do.
It was like, what
Yeah.
the heck did
lofty
I think?
goals.
But we did do the potato print tissue wrap.
And I remember what our Advent wreath looked like on the table and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pink and purple candles and just
Yeah.
the basic. Well, currently you would go to the store and be like, that's some old looking, like green garland.
yeah.
But it was thin. It wasn't
Yeah.
very, but yeah, I remember that.
That's funny that you remember it was
Yeah,
thin.
I don't think I even have that anymore. Any kind of Advent wreath. I had a couple different versions, but. So what do you got?
I remember. Well, I was trying to
Wearing
remember.
your Christmas stocking?
No,
The one that had the head
I
on
still
it?
have that with the little mouse head on it.
yeah.
But you used to pull it like all the way up
Well,
your
yeah.
thigh.
It was a hip
That's my
stocking.
favorite. Yeah. I remember that
Again,
Mom used
trying-
to make us sing songs. We would practice at home, and then when we got to Judy's or Judy Lynn's, then we would have to perform our little Christmas songs. And I feel like I really enjoyed that.
I have zero memory of that.
I
She
don't
must
feel like
have
we
blocked
did
it
it
out.
that many times. We might have done it once or twice. I do remember that we did Jesus Our Brother. With, I said the donkey, all shaggy and brown. I do remember we did that one, and we might have done O Holy Night.
Yep.
I probably was traumatized, and that's why I don't remember.
Well, that could
Blocked it
be.
out.
Because, in children's choir, I mean,
Oh.
it was years before you would even look at the congregation. You were terrified, and you would just stare at Michael.
You were
So
that
mean.
Was I terrified?
No.
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 Did I was probably like, ah!
Yeah. Yeah, you were probably not standing still, but you were probably waving.
I was being full of character and entertaining.
I remember opening the presents at Dad's house one year. I was way old though, and getting a knife, and it was the presents Diane and Brandy sent. And I would cut the tape open so I could peek to see if I could see.
Oh,
And then I
you would
retape
sneak.
it.
Oh.
But
Did you ever get caught?
No. But I was probably
Like 15.
no. I'd say
12.
10, 12.
Now, I remember telling Dad to not buy you the Kmart brand knockoffs of whatever kind of clothing that you wanted.
yeah.
I said they would rather have one thing that is the real thing than 5 things from Kmart.
So true.
So don't do that.
I don't think he ever listened to you though.
No,
I remember.
the only thing, and he always used to buy those. Don't give this to anybody. Those T-shirts on vacation, and he got me the one.
so bad.
You know which one I'm talking
The
about?
shark one?
No, not one that had a fish, but it had like a giant electric eye on it. It was so terrible. It was like a big giant fish, and it had sea life all over it. And it had like a big eyeball in the middle of it.
Yeah. That was bad.
That was not for Christmas. But
No.
He used to always give us ornaments for Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you still have them?
Yeah, I've got both of ours in a
Oh,
box
he
in the shed
wouldn't.
now
He didn't give me mine.
because they're in the box.
Okay, she's got mine. I didn't. I assumed because at one point he kept them. Because I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna get to take these. He was like, not really. And I was like, well, wait a second. I'm not
Right.
here. So, and then the
So
Santa.
what kind of ornaments were they? Were they Hallmark ornaments? or-
Yeah, I think a lot of them were. And then
They're vintage.
Santa always used to
Yeah,
come
they are.
early or whenever, we would go to the store and we'd come back and look, Santa came while we were gone, kind of thing, just
On
based on where
Christmas
we
Eve,
were.
yeah.
And we get fruit, just get fruit in our stockings.
We did?
Yeah, when he was married to Peggy, we'd get like oranges
That's
and
such a
apples.
Peggy thing. Yeah, I don't remember that. I was traumatized from that.
Yeah.
Block that right out.
Yeah, we get fruit. There was chocolate in there too, but there was also fruit. But that's kind of old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
To get oranges
traditional.
and apples and a few pieces of chocolate.
Back in the day when people
Right.
didn't get much citrus
Right.
and it was in season in the winter.
And that
And
that
it
where
was
they
special.
came wrapping the pear in that like sparkly foil and stuff as a gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know that I knew that at the time.
I mean, I think in those days, and when she lived in eastern Kentucky, getting a couple of oranges in her stocking and some nuts and some chocolate was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they were poor and, you know, and
Those are delicacies.
people ate seasonally. You didn't have oranges all year round like we do. And
I do also remember that you would put the tree up and put the lights on it before we were awake or home or wherever because we apparently could not behave ourselves while you were putting the lights on, so then we would just come throw up the oranges.
Right, well, and you were really the only one who wanted to participate.
Oh.
I don't believe that you were all that interested in that part either. There were a lot of things you did not want to participate in more than about 2 minutes,
Seems like I was lovely.
which we understand better now.
You sound kind of like Isaac. You two are very similar. He is not interested. He does one or two, and then if like the hooks aren't on,
There's extra stuff.
he's
to
like,
go.
"Are we done yet?" And I'm like, "Sure, you're done. You can be done."
It's always good to
But yes, I do remember. I feel like there was a couple of times where we helped with the lights, and then for years after that, then the tree and the lights were it was just there
Yeah,
at some given time.
yeah. I do remember doing the lights ahead of time just because it was better for everyone. It was better for everyone.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that.
So, do you all remember waking up really early on Christmas morning?
No.
or-
Mm-mm.
I don't either. I don't know. I don't remember you waking up unusually early.
Did we wake you up, or were you already awake?
I kind of feel like maybe I was awake or I woke you up.
Probably we were
I
trying to
said
sleep
we have to wake our kids up every year. I do feel like one time we had to wait at the top of the stairs.
Huh.
And so maybe that was a day like we woke up before you or something, but I remember you were like, wait.
You were like,
And then we got to come down. I don't think it was a long time, but I think it was like
What Christmas gifts do you remember?
none. Sorry.
I remember.
I feel like you probably put a lot of
Me
thought
neither.
into them, and I don't remember any of them.
Probably did. I don't remember anything I ever gave you. So.
I remember maybe from Judy Lynn, I got those things you could strap on your shoes that had bells on them. They were like tap shoes, and you really
Oh.
hated those, but I thought they were pretty cool.
And that reindeer, I got that singing reindeer. See, look, noise making stuff.
Yeah. And she used to give me clothes. I remember that you and Aunt Judy always had the most beautifully wrapped
Oh, yeah.
presents. And
With
I
all big things of those.
secretly always felt like that was too much for me. I just need some paper. And that's
Give me a Target bag, and I'm gonna
That was really just her
What was it?
that always did the wonderful wrapping. I always felt inferior to her with the gift wrapping.
We didn't even remember what was in the box, let alone
Right.
what. No.
I just remember they're always really fancy.
I do remember just having that picture of me at Christmas with the China doll that Creamy gave me that had the passport. I remember having that doll in the Christmas picture. I don't remember that I.
You're in the background of the video blowing your nose. Thank you.
I didn't know you were making a video. I'm so sorry.
Christmas tissue. So I don't remember getting that doll for Christmas, but I remember the photo of me at Christmas with the doll, and I remember having the doll that had that little passport that you could,
Yeah.
that like all the pages worked.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I got that for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the picture. I was in a Christmas outfit.
Yeah, and you had on slipper socks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that might have been before Leslie was born. Might have been
I was little.
Or right after.
Yeah.
Might have been that year or maybe the year before.
A little foreshadowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember one year Dad gave me a remote control truck and a little handheld BB gun. That was like a
Excellent
Oh.
decisions.
I must have been older.
I remember
Like it was on
going.
Auto-Way.
I remember going to Aunt Judy's house, like in general, and like Amanda and Shannon being there, and like when they came, because they typically would come like at an off time
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
us.
From later.
Yeah, they usually came a little later after
So like I
they'd
remember like,
been somewhere else.
and that we all went to different areas to open our presents.
We did?
I think like when they handed
Everybody
them
kind
out.
of got a little spot.
Yes,
in the,
and so like I remember that you had to be, you were like, where
I
your
remember
spot
that.
was.
I always helped hand out the presents.
Yeah.
And I was always the waitress.
And then Leslie like, didn't like big Leslie, little Leslie.
Yeah. Yep.
No, yeah, but I remember I
always
have,
had really big hair also.
because I remember one year, so like, there was the door that you came in Aunt Judy's house, like from that little patio. So there was that little like, it wasn't a sitting area, a little entry, you know, I don't know.
her back door came into the kitchen.
No, there was that other door. There was
Did
a
it go
door
in
to the kitchen,
Did
and
it
then
go
there was
into the
another
side,
door that went
the
into that little
sunroom?
foyer area, right? And
Yeah.
so then
Oh,
it-
yeah.
in
Yeah,
her
I
living
forgot
room,
about that.
and then in her living room there was like a couch and I guess a fireplace, and I have vivid memories of being at the end of that first couch, opening gifts then.
Yeah.
And then I think like the other kids were like here, and then some were like maybe in that sunroom that was on that other side. That was a sunroom, right? Because there was another
Yeah,
sitting
there
area.
was the
in
foyer
sunroom.
on one end and the sunroom
Sunroom
on the other
side,
end.
and then the
Yeah,
dining room
that
was
was a
off the
big
other-
living room
Yeah.
and a big dining room too.
Yeah, and then because we normally went in the kitchen, but sometimes people came in that side one.
I don't remember that at all.
Do you remember her house?
Nope. I remember going to Judy Lynn's over on Eden side or
Sherwood.
Sherwood.
yeah.
But that wasn't when you were a kid.
No, I guess that was Reese went there.
Yeah, you were already an adult.
Come on, little girl. Let's go potty.
Anything else come to mind that we should document?
No, I remember going to those stupid
here,
Santa
right here.
shops at school and buying all that
Somebody in
really
there?
awesome
No.
gifts for you.
After close the door so the baby didn't play in the toilet.
Don't know what they are. They were.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I guess I remember singing like lessons and carols at church and the hanging of the greens, and when we used to read the passage for the Advent, whatever
The
week it
Christmas.
was.
Hold up an ornament and tell what it was.
Well, that, and also when like they would pick a family each week of Advent to go up and
Oh,
read
like
something and
that.
light the candle.
Yeah.
We had to do that a few times.
A bunch of times.
No.
I feel like we were
Go ahead, big girl. Try
one
it.
of the few participatory families, and we still are.
I know it's like this.
All right.